Good afternoon, I'm Emily Johnson, an anchor for KUJH News. Have you ever wanted your research to be seen by a larger audience? If so, one of the best ways to begin building your public research profile is right here on campus. KUJH is always looking for opportunities to tell great stories happening within our campus community. In this presentation, I'll show you some real examples of the work of KU faculty and researchers that have been featured on KUJH. At the end, we'll tell you how you can pitch a story to your news team and we can get to work on it. First up, KUJH reporter Stephanie Morales-Macedo showcases journalism lecturer Eric Thomas and his talented photojournalism students. Thomas's students created a photo book to show how life on campus in Lawrence looked during the coronavirus pandemic.
They say that pictures are worth 8,000 words, and that is no exception during a pandemic. 16 dedicated journalism students and their professor are finding a new normal and a way to share their story. Professor Eric Thomas's Fall 2020 photojournalism class created a photo book highlighting how the pandemic affected everyday life.
Just wanted to show what it was like to be on the campus. And so, what did it look like walking down Jayhawk Boulevard? What did it look like the first time that you showed up to the polls as a poll worker? What did it look like inside classrooms?
Each picture in the new normal tells a story that features different points of view. The Black Lives Matter movement, life on campus, and the presidential election. Senior Andrew Hendrick was one of the photographers. At first, he was skeptical about the book being made, but was surprised with the final product.
I was like, I'm not sure how this is gonna work out, like how it's really gonna come together. And then by the end, it was like, wow, this is it. Like, this is all the work that we've done for the class, and I think it looks really nice.
Hendrick was not the only person who was unsure about the project. Even Professor Thomas had doubts.
I just had doubts whether we would make it through the entire semester or whether we would actually be able to create the quality and quantity of photos that we would need to make a book. And it turned out we had more than enough and the quality was really great.
The new normal can be purchased at the KU bookstore for $15. All proceeds will be going towards a scholarship fund for the journalism school. This is Stephanie Morales-Macedo, KUJH News.
Up next, KUJH reporter Alexander Worth shows us how researchers at KU's Natural History Museum are examining how animals of the past can help us understand pandemics today and in the future.
The KU Biodiversity Institute and Natural History Museum is home to preserved snakes, alligators, lizards, and over 11 million more specimen and artifacts. Dr. Andrew Bentley is the ichthyology collections manager at the museum, meaning he is in charge of all things fish. His knowledge, however, expands far beyond that.
The more we start becoming into close contact with these things like bats and rats and various other animals that are now being found in neighborhoods and people are being exposed to them, we're finding that the jump from animals to humans is becoming more prevalent.
Dr. Jocelyn Colella is currently working out of New Mexico with the Museum of Southwest Biology. Her research shows similar findings to that of Dr. Bentley's.
Of the problem diseases like coronavirus, like Ebola or West Nile or Zika, those are all coming from animals.
While their findings might seem grim, researchers from KU are working very closely with governmental bodies such as the Department of Defense to combat these issues.
They are starting to work very, very closely with these groups to provide them with the necessary data to hopefully mitigate the next pandemic.
Although steps are now being taken to combat the next pandemic, Dr. Colella mentioned the science world tends to handle pandemics in a reactionary manner, adding this.
The problem is a Band-Aid doesn't help a severe wound.
For our last story, KUJH reporter Shakiro Kai goes inside a lab to get a look at the new coronavirus test developed right here at KU.
This plastic chip in PhD student Sashindra Gamage's hands can collect SARS-CoV-2 particles directly from your saliva. The saliva travels through the microchannels on the left of the screen and is captured by special binders attached to the dots on the right.
And those capturing molecules will be selectively capturing those viral particles.
Next, the viruses are moved by vacuum to another chip that will individually count them. As a virus travels through this nanopore, it disrupts the electric current running across it.
It's going to block some percentage of the pore, which means that there is going to be a decrease of current when that moment happens. So that is when we estimate that, okay, the nanoparticle is passing through the pore.
Professor Soper's test will be quicker, cheaper, and easier to distribute than current ones. It won't require cold storage, and the reusable kit will be the size of an iPhone. only the chip and the saliva collection component are replaced with each test. Furthermore, this chip can tell whether a person is infectious or not, which current tests can't. By counting each viral particle and not screening for viral RNA or antibodies, it avoids false positive results that sometimes happen in PCR and antibody screening tests. The binder can also be quickly modified to capture COVID-19 variants with mutations on their attachment site.
Because the molecular biology to produce these is very well entrenched, you can generate these aptamers in a week or two and select them that are appropriate for the particular variant.
Not only do the stories air during our weekly live news program, but we also promote our content online and across multi-social media platforms, which presents a great opportunity for you to cross-promote and publicize your research. Be sure to visit our website at tv.ku.edu and follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. If you're interested in having your work featured on KUJH or have any other questions, you can reach out to Assistant Professor Melissa Greenbly, who is the faculty advisor for KUJH. So please put our team of dedicated, skilled multimedia storytellers to work to help build your public research profile. Thank you for watching and have a great day.